Yeah, I took a very, I'm still like in the middle of moving and everything. So I just actually wanted to take a break and because it's just hectic right now. And because once I finish my, as y'all can see, like towards the end, how all my lessons were coming into fruition, I just want to kind of wrap up my story, and to, just in case anybody, because I want to go back to my life outside of social media, and get back to how my life was before all of this, and to just show everyone, like, even though a lot of people have seen like the blessings that has been coming into my life, my life hasn't been like cupcakes and rainbows, like I said before. Like, I've always gone through trials and tribulations, but a lot of times it was behind closed doors. A lot of times I would literally cut myself off from the world and kind of just try to figure stuff out for myself. But as I get older and as my children get older, I realize like it does take a village when you have children, but it's also to be aware of who you have around you, and including your children, because even though I'm the type of person that was very for me to be for me to have been so strong, and for a lot of times, like I said, I don't like people throwing stuff in my face, so I would usually, like, when I go through things, I would usually just keep it to myself and just try to figure it out, and either cry my eyes out, have a mental breakdown, and then kind of gather myself up and, set a plan for myself. But it does take a village sometimes, and even though like you're strong and you don't want to ask for help, there are, like I said, resources out there. There are if you have people that you can trust, that you don't have to worry about them running back and telling your business, or putting you down, or dismissing how you feel because they don't have kids, or their significant other is there to help them with their kids, or what I'm saying. We all have our different stories, and I realized a lot of times, like, people kept thinking like I was using their story as my story, and because I've been wearing this, this mask where everything's okay, and a lot of times a lot of stuff wasn't okay, and people will assume that I'm making it all up, but I really did go through a lot of things. It's just that a lot of people didn't know because I didn't tell my business like that. I was not online, like just spewing all what was going on with me. And a lot of times, like I said, I'm in my 40s, so we didn't have social media like we do now. So a lot of stuff are not documented, or I have pictures of a lot of stuff, and videos of a lot of stuff before social media, because I wasn't a social media person. So I really want to wrap up my story, just in case if somebody is going through something that I've been through, like, these stories can give you hope, like you can still not be all the way together, but as long as you have faith, and you have good people around you, and you have positivity, and you're able to push yourself, and you have a goal that you're trying to reach, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Because I never thought, even with 2 kids, I would end up, in another relationship, being, quote unquote loved, or been able to buy a house, and buy the car that I want. Like, every time I set my goal, even for the jobs, like I went from a waitress to working at a amusement park to working at a group home, then to, you know, get a career at the hospital. You know, those were all goals that I set for myself. Every year, like, it was always an accomplishment that I wanted to do for myself, because so many people wanted to see me fail. So many people didn't want me to succeed. They preferred me in those depression stage where I always needed help, where I was always struggling, I was always crying, I was always depressed. So yeah, like, it's hope out there. You just gotta believe in yourself, and even if you don't have nobody that believes in you, there's always a higher power. Even if you don't believe there's a higher power, like I said, like, I'm a walking testimony. Like, I'm proof that whatever you wish for, you pray for, you set goals for yourself, as long as you are a good person and genuine, and you really don't mean malice towards anybody. Like I said, I've never hated on nobody. If you was doing better than me, you was my inspiration. If you had something that I'm like, ooh, how did you get that? Like, walk me through the steps. But a lot of people wanted to gatekeep a lot of stuff, or didn't want to share, or will put me down when I said I'm gonna get a good job, or I'm gonna get a car that's a push start, or I'm gonna get to that point. I'm gonna get to the point where my bills are getting paid every month. So as long as you, like, genuine with yourself, and you are authentic type person and not faking it. Like, if you don't like somebody, don't hang out with that person, you know. Just because a person is doing better than you, don't, you know, envy or hate. Like, you will be able to do the same thing. It's just they push themselves. Even if they came from money, you can do the same thing also. There's no point of hating, because karma comes for you. Like, it may be the next week, it may be the next day, it may be 20 years from now, but karma eventually comes for you. So yeah, so we're gonna finish. So most of my posts is gonna be on my YouTube, because and then, you know, towards the end of all these blessings and how I started and everything is on my TikTok. But yeah, let's finish the story.